It is glute day. We are gonna start out with 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how much time you have, either on a bike, incline walking, or Stairmaster. Get the blood pumping in those legs. We're gonna do 5 primary exercises and 2 activation exercises. So I have very lazy glutes. Beep, 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 beep. I have very lazy glutes. They don't like to fire, especially my right glute. So I have to do a little extra warm up to make sure that my glutes are working more than my quads. So this is a banded lateral. It's gonna get our hips warmed up and get our glutes working. I also like to do clamshells. Those will be next. Again, just getting those glutes firing before we jump into our primary exercises. I do 2 rounds of about 20 per leg on the banded laterals and 12 per leg on the clamshells. First primary exercise of the day, we are going to be doing some sumo deadlifts. This might look a little different than a normal sumo deadlift. We're going to really focus on keeping our torso upright and squatting deep into the deadlift. So it's going to look a little more like a squat because we're going to hinge a little less. But that's going to get a nice deep stretch in the glute, which is going to help us make those gains. Next, we are going to do hip thrusts. We're going to activate our glutes by popping a band above our knees and doing 20 or so abductions to get the glutes firing. Then we're going to do 4 sets of 5 reps with a 5-second hold into 10 or so pulses. You're basically looking for about failure on those pulses. So banded abductions, 4 sets of about 20 into hip thrust, 4 sets, 5 reps with a 5-second hold into pulses for failure. We are going to do banded kickbacks supersetted with sumo squats. So again, activating those glutes, getting them firing so we feel less in our quads, and then jumping right into a nice deep stretch into those glutes. So we went from stretched glutes with sumo deadlifts, shortened position with the hip thrust, back then to a lengthened position with our squats. All right, guys, so we have 1 more set of sumo squats. I am going to leave out the kickbacks for the last set because my glutes are firing nicely now. I am going to add a half rep for this set, so it's going to be 12 1.5 reps. That's just because here at home we only have up to 55-pound dumbbells. If you have heavier dumbbells, keep going up in weight, keep your reps at 12. If you're limited on the weights that you have, add some time under tension, whether it's slowing down your eccentric phase or add a pulse in there, whatever you need to do to get a little extra fire on this last set. Let's do it. All right, guys, last 2 exercises of the day. We've got B stance RDLs and step-ups. So for the B stance RDLs, you're going to be like this. All the weight is in that front leg, hinging at the hips. And then for the step-ups, I want you starting from on top of the bench, coming down, just touching the ground. We are not pushing off, driving back up through the foot that's on the bench. You can put your arm on a rack for stability, but try not to pull on it. And again, we are not kicking off of this back leg. It's just touching the ground, and then we're driving back up through our base leg glute. So 2 exercises, 4 sets of 12 per leg. Let's do this. Let's finish strong.